What's going on, my people? What's going on? It's your boy Ryan from the Six. Yo, it's boxing talk up north, man. We got another one today. We got special guests coming in. We gonna cover some topics that been going down in boxing, man. It was a very, I wouldn't say eventful day, but a lot of drama. You know how boxing is. We like to see the drama, so there was a lot of that today. Shout out to Eduardo Nunez. He won in Japan this morning. He won the title, the super featherweight title at 130 against Rashiki there. That was at Japan. That was like 3 in the morning. And then we got the Golden Boy fights this weekend. Obviously the PBC card. I'll talk about that tomorrow night. We'll talk about the Golden Boy. And yeah, man. It should be a good weekend ahead of us, man. And let me just bring in my guest here. My man, matter of fact, yeah, I gotta show some respect, man. It's my man John Michael, yo. He is 9-1. A little setback. We'll talk about that. But man, my man's a talented fighter. Always doing his thing. Proud Canadian. Right from where I'm from, Ontario. Shoot, he actually from I think where my grandma's from, Malton to be exact. But we'll ask him about that. But yeah, what's going on, John?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, bro? Thanks for having me, man. Yeah. I'm from
Absolutely.
Malton, bro.
MA, yeah, man. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Love it out there, man. How's things going, man? How's life treating you?
Life's treating me good, man. Like honestly, I can't complain. I'm a little under the weather right now, but like I'm always training, man. I'm always in shape. I'm always looking, finding ways to be getting better, man. Like, honestly, I can't complain, man. I think the future is bright, and yeah, man. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, man. So, what brought you to the boxing gym, man? I mean, us being Canadians, usually we push hockey. What brought you to the boxing gym?
Definitely. I've never played hockey growing up. Like that never was never once, never been on the ice with the puck. But no, man, it was actually my uncle's when I was really young. So a lot of people don't know that I had a family that boxed. When I was really young. Pretty much, obviously, when you have like idol, you might have idols when you're a kid. You might look up to your older cousins and whatnot. But in that aspect, like my uncles weren't that much older than me, and yeah, I always looked up to them, and I kind of aspired just to be that. I wanted to learn how to fight. um I don't know, felt like I was kind of like a like a softer kid growing up, so I kind of wanted a bit of street cred, and there was just something that was like pulling me towards boxing, right? um but yeah, man, that was pretty much it. I honestly didn't even start boxing until I was like about like 17, 18. So I
Mhm.
kind of got into it pretty late, but it's just one of those things that was just calling me from like a long time. So yeah, pretty much
Yeah.
just family, man.
Did you like hit the ground running like as soon as you started training? Did you start fighting or did you train for a bit first?
Honestly, like it depends. Like pretty much, man. Like first day I walked into the gym. It was at Champions Boxing Club in Brampton. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, that's where it started back in 2011. And when I walked in the gym, I asked the coach if he asked me if I want to just like box recreational, or if I wanted to fight, and I told him straight up like, yo, look, I want to fight. So I
Nice.
came in the gym. I was training a few times a week. 7 months later, I had my first fight, and yeah, man, the rest is history, man.
Nice. Nah, man, I'm glad that they I'm not gonna say kept you on the shelf, but they made sure you were committed. Because a
Yeah,
lot of people get this misconception of you can just walk in the ring and then you can just fight, and it's like, nah, man, like you're gonna get hurt if you get in there.
yeah,
You
it's
gotta
true.
train, brother. Like this
Yeah, you got
isn't
to
like
train,
every
man.
other sport.
Yeah. I mean, like, I was always an athlete my whole life, so I've always been like in pretty good shape. But boxing shape is different, bro.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people talk about that.
Yeah. No, you're right, man. I think it's one of those things where it's like you gotta experience it to know what it is. And I'm gonna line with you, man. I think it's the toughest sport. Like I've done a lot of sports in my life too, and I never really boxed. And I tell people this all the time. I come from a boxing family, but I didn't like to get hit, bro.
Yeah, fact, same here, bro. I still don't.
Oh
Yeah.
man. So how's the Lions promotion thing going? You got a fight lined up soon?
Yeah, man. So we're gonna be fighting a few more times this year. Summer, I'm probably gonna be taking a bit of a break, but
Right.
show I think in the fall, and then one early winter. So I'll be fighting in yeah, I'll be having my next fight in the next few months.
Nice, nice.
Sure, yeah, man. So they'll be keeping me busy,
Yeah.
getting fights in, and yeah, man. Yeah.
So what brought you to Three Lions? I mean, there's a lot of promoters right now. So like what caught your attention with them?
To be honest, man, I mean, like, I think they had first reached out to me back in like 20, I want to say 2019, 2020. Um, but prior to them, I was actually I had signed a contract. I had signed a contract with my manager now, Gary. So we kind of chopped it up a little bit. I thought like maybe the Three Lions was a great place to start. They kind of they seemed like they had a lot of interest with me. And I think I'm still one of their only guys that have been with them since like pretty much my whole career, because I know they brought in
Right.
fights. I had a few fights here and there. So I don't know. I think it was just a good platform for me to turn pro. Like especially in front of your whole your hometown. Um, I don't know. I think it was just that they're like a little bit different. They weren't fighting at the same venues all the time. We're going pretty much across Canada. They had some fights in BC. Obviously, they go back and forth in Nova Scotia.
Mhm.
They did a really well job with Ryan, so I think that's kind of what really attracted me there.
Right, right.
Yeah,
So you're the Canadian super middleweight champ.
sure.
Are you gonna be defending that belt your next fight?
I don't think so. So I just defended it back in March, but
Mhm.
I'm actually gonna be changing weight classes. I haven't really
Okay.
made it official, but yeah, I'm gonna be changing weight classes. I'm gonna be going down to middleweight. I think I can probably slim up and get off those potato chips a bit. So,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
yeah, man, I think I'm gonna go down to 160, and then yeah, we're just gonna conquer that weight class, man.
No, that'd be a good move.
Yeah.
What sparked that? Did you just think like maybe 68's too easy to make? I can make the sacrifice or
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, a couple of things, like having the same day weigh-ins were kind of difficult to go up and down a weight.
that's true.
But now having the day before weigh-ins in Ontario, I
Right.
think it makes it a little bit easier. But I think even just you know going to like I've had I've trained in other places. The last place I was training with recently was in Miami, and like, dude, some of these 168 guys they're just too big, man.
Yeah.
Like they're just too
Yeah.
too big. Like I'm not a small guy either, but I mean, like if I can make the weight and get down to 160, which is I'm always like a couple pounds under, even when I was
Mhm.
fighting day of, like you know. I feel like I can make that happen. It's a better weight class. I'll be a lot stronger. I got a good nutritionist. Um, yeah, I think that I don't know, just too small, man, to be honest.
Right. No, no, I agree, man. I think
Yeah,
if you can do it, I always say if you can make the weight, I would do it. A lot of people talk about weight bullying, but you know, you're sacrificing yourself if you go too far down. So I mean,
yeah, yeah, for sure.
you're doing it safely, then it's
Yeah,
all right. So I think you're making the right choice, man. Because 160, I don't think is far off from like you said. You come in a couple pounds under on day of, so yeah, I
yeah,
think 160 you should be fine.
yeah. Like usually like 165, 166. I mean, shit. Like Benavides used to fight at 168. Those guys,
Yeah, yeah,
they're just big dudes, man. And I
200
know they're
pounder.
coming from like like I'm not like I'm looking at this like I'm not just looking at this like locally. Like I'm looking at this like anytime I go to like now that I'm going down to this weight class or if I go up, like I'm always looking at the top 10 guys.
Mhm.
Looking at their physique, because if you like look at the top like I don't know, say like the top 200, top 100 guys, like obviously their physiques may vary, but yeah,
Right.
you look at the top guys, man, and they just it's different, right?
Yep, yep. No, you're right, man. You're
Yeah,
right. Everybody's got those nutritionists, like you said,
Yeah.
and they're just like shrinking right down. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, man. So, where
Yeah.
are you training right now at the moment? I mean, I haven't heard much about that.
Yeah. I'm actually training out of OBA, Oakville Boxing Academy in
Okay,
Oakville. So my head coach is Coach Gord,
nice.
and yeah, man, they got a really good facility there. Yeah, man, it's really motivating. Just being there and just training. We always got guys coming in.
Right, right.
Yeah, man, I've been there since January this year.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, that's good, man. That's a good. I heard that's a good spot blowing up.
yeah,
That's where Ryan Young trains as well, right?
yeah. That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Nah, that's good, man. That's a good team to be around. So I know last year you had a little loss there. How'd you bounce back from that, man? Because you came back and you won the title, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think at that time I saw like I had the titles from
Mm.
when I won it back in 2023, but no, that fight. I mean, like coming back, I think that's more of like a personality thing. Like I've always like I'm not gonna lie, man. Like my ego was hit hard, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was hit hard. For a bit, kind of dialed it back down, but I think really just the birth of my daughter, man, really just got me back into it, and just
Nice,
motivated
nice.
me to kind of bring the best out of myself. And I don't know, I feel like I think that loss was actually kind of good for me. I'm happy I got it then versus getting because I think I would have got it at some point later on. And I think it would have been a lot worse.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, yeah, man, I think it's just me personally, just wanted to, like nothing's gonna stop me from what I want to do, and yeah, man, I'm just determined just to be number one, man. Like, I mean, like, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, man, that's good because I'm trying to bring to the fans that
Yeah,
is a mystical thing that Floyd Mayweather made, man. Like not every great fighter goes whatever and oh, like Ali lost, Tyson
yeah,
lost. All these great guys lost, man. Roy
yeah,
Jones,
yeah,
all of them have lost, but we need to gather around you guys when you guys get back in that ring because y'all warriors, man. Y'all warriors.
yeah, man. Like, yeah, even B Hop lost. Like, I think it's like his
Mhm.
first fight of his
I
career or
think his
something.
first fight.
So it's
Yeah,
like,
D-Hop.
yeah,
Yep.
like it's wild, bro. So I mean, like, yeah, like it was definitely like a hit to my ego, but it just kind of yeah, just kind of looking to myself and like I just got to keep moving. I can't
Yep.
stop. Like I worked so hard to get here, and why am I gonna stop now, right?
Right, right. Yeah, man. So how was it putting on that flag and representing Canada for the national team? I know you were on the team for a bit.
Yeah, I was on a team back in the day. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to say that now. It's been like 5 years, man. COVID, like,
Yeah.
yeah, that was yeah, time fast, man. Yeah, that was good. I was on the team for a short amount of time. It was good experience, man. I personally like just going to Montreal. I like training there. I like the facilities there. Energy there is different. And obviously, just traveling in general, just seeing the world is like, it's doing what you love to do is a beautiful thing, right? Um, yeah, man, you always take pride in, and obviously like, in your country and especially being Canadian. There's a lot of like pride behind that, right? Um, yeah,
Absolutely, man. Especially, yeah. The fans here in Canada, like we root for our people, man. That's for sure.
yeah.
Nah, that's good, man. So I didn't notice it was during COVID. So like, did you guys get to do any major tournaments during that time you were there?
So we did like one tournament in Hungary, and then we
Mm.
were actually supposed to go down to Argentina for the Olympic qualifiers, and we were in Montreal training for that, and literally like I think it was like a week before or like a few days before, pretty much like kind of COVID like hit the fan, and they're like, guys, like, look,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to send you guys home. Camp's done. We're not going down to the qualifiers, So at
Yeah.
that time, like nobody knew what was gonna happen. Um, and that ended up that was like January, I think, or no, I was like March or April of 2020, and yeah, like they just kept postponing it. That it was supposed to be a few months here, a few months there, and I think they made the decision to have the qualifiers in like May or June of 2021, and yeah, then they ended up scrapping that. So it
Yeah.
was like a year and a bit, man, of waiting and really just training and trying to stay ready, for
Right.
ultimately like almost nothing, right?
Yep. That's what it turned out to be. Yeah, I actually
Yeah,
remember that because I think that was my brother's last year in on the team for Jamaica, and that's when he was like, "Forget this, I'm not doing
yeah,
another
like,
cycle."
we all went pro. Yeah, me, Tristan, your brother. Yeah, I think we all just ended up just turning the
Yeah,
page. You know?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a long time, man. 4
yeah,
years to wait.
yeah, man. It's a long time. Definitely a little heartbreaking, but just is what it is, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I had a few questions here from some people.
yeah.
Shoot, pretty sure I screen share them so I wouldn't forget. All right, Uncle Ruckus is the
Am I
name.
good here, or am I good? Like, do you want me to fill my screen?
Oh, you're good there. He
Okay, cool.
said, "Who did you spar when you went to the US?" Oh, I'm not sure. That
Oh,
was
I sparred. Well, mainly went down to the spar of Vladimir Shishkin. He actually he fought. And I sparred a few other guys too, but he fought. Fuck,
that the guy who fought William
who's the guy
Skull?
who just fought Canelo? Skull. Yeah, yeah. So he
Yeah.
training, or he was starting to train for Skull. So I went down there to train with him a little bit. I'm normally an orthodox fighter, but I can
Yeah.
go southpaw. So anyway, it was down. It was pretty cool when I was down there. I was working with him, doing some work with Sugar Hill too. Uh,
Nice, nice.
another great, really great coach, man, with some crazy IQ. And actually, my manager, Gary, he manages Shishkin as well. So it's a good little connection there.
Oh, that worked out
Yeah,
then perfect for you.
yeah.
Get that work in. I got another person here, Rip Stat 155 said, "What from the amateurs has helped you the most as a pro?"
Oh, experience, man. Number one thing is experience. Like you can't. That's something like doesn't matter how good you are, how talented you are. I think experience is something that you can't. You have to just go through. You
Right.
can't. You just can't pick it up from the street, right from the sidewalk. Like experience for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
getting the
so
fights in,
did
man.
you go to Kronk Gym or did they I don't know if they have the Kronk Gym still.
I think they have that in Detroit, but I never. I've been through Detroit and I've been to a tournament in like Michigan,
Okay.
but I never. Yeah, I never. Never went to Kronk Gym.
Yeah, man. I think I was talking to Hunter Lee earlier and he said
But,
I think he said they're reopening it, something like that, relaunching it.
okay.
Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
mean, that's another dude. I mean, if you can get in contact with him, that would be cool to go down and spar with him too.
Yeah, that
He
would be
said
dope.
there's a lot of good work.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even know what weight class he's at, but I mean, like, yeah, we can get some work. It might be a
Yeah.
little bit, but
I think he's
yeah,
54 right now, but he said he wants to get down to 47. He wants to do like same thing like you're doing, like slowly make his way back down.
yeah, yeah. That's the thing too, man. You just kind of have to experiment with the weights a little bit, right?
Right.
Especially being in the pro. Well, not too much, but I mean, you got to figure that stuff out. But yeah,
Yeah. How was it with the
yeah.
gloves the first time? Did you find the gloves are really small?
All right, yeah. So
The pro gloves?
I'd say that's the number. That's like that was the biggest thing for me was the gloves, man. Like uh, I'm sure there's times where like we spar without headgear, right? It's a little bit different in 16-ounce gloves, but
Mhm.
going from like 16-ounce to 10-ounce where it's the padding's not all here, but the padding
Right.
is kind of like spread out. Um, and I actually remember my third pro fight. I got like these Everlast like Hexmex or I can't remember, but I remember the inside is like legit like horsehair padded.
Oh,
Um,
jeez.
and I remember just doing pads with my coach and just feeling my knuckles, and even my coach was like, "Yeah, like gotta keep your hands up tonight, man. Like, or you get this guy out of it quick." But that dude, that's the biggest thing, man. Is the gloves. I'd say with being pro, you really have to protect yourself at all times.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that is key,
yeah,
man. A lot of people don't don't even take that into consideration, the
yeah.
gloves. No, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
But yeah, let the people know where they can find you, John. I want to thank you
yeah.
for taking your time out, man.
No worries, bro. Yeah. So basically, you can find me at Real Jam Boxing on Instagram. My stuff got hacked like a
Oh
few months
no.
ago, so yeah, I'm just trying to rebuild my account. So you can find me at Real Jam Boxing on Instagram, Facebook, John Michael-Bianco, TikTok. I'm trying to revamp that a little bit. So Jam Boxing. Yeah, man. So pretty much Jam Boxing. Just type that into Google, and I'm sure you'll find me.
For sure,
Yeah,
man. Make sure y'all go follow John
yeah,
Michael. Doing his thing,
yeah.
man. Doing his thing.
No doubt.
Thanks, man.
No
I'll
worries, bro.
catch up with you soon, brother.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having
Peace.
me, man.
Absolutely. That's my guy, John Michael, yo. Y'all go check him out. He's doing his thing, man. Definitely one of the few pros that, I'm looking into. And I'm telling y'all, Canada, they got a bunch of fighters coming up right now. I mean, we had Tam Tebow, Sarah Bailey, who were just on the Boxing Voice the other day. Shout out to Ness. And yeah, we got guys like John Michael, Mo Zawadi, my brother Joshua Frazier, Tristan Brooks, Eric Bazian. He's going back to the WBC Grand Prix next month. So is Spencer Wilcox. There's just a bunch of dudes, man. These guys all do their thing, and they great fighters, man. But got some people in the building. Shout out to Bright Light Report, man. What's going on? My guy GMT Sports, what's going on? My two LA, what's good, bro? Yeah, man. Thanks for rocking out with me, y'all. Thanks for rocking out with me. I really appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all my guys, bro. You know what I'm saying? We in it. Yeah. My man LA said, "What's up with Lucas Body?" Yo, honestly, I thought Lucas Body had the Floyd Schofield fight, man. I thought that was gonna be on the Chavez and Jake Paul undercard, but pans out, he took Tevin Farmer, which is actually, a more higher profile fight for Schofield. So I'm not mad at it. But I thought that's the fight we were gonna get next. But now we didn't. But it's okay, man. It's okay. I like what I see from Lucas Body. He's doing his thing. I'm sure MVP Promotions is positioning him, for a bigger fight. But we'll see, man. We'll see what happens though. He is like ranked high in the WBA, I believe. But yo, man, y'all see my man's or not my man's, but Teofimo Lopez. He was out here, with the tweets calling Mr. Turkey Al Sheik a dictatorship. You know what I'm saying? He a dictator. That's what he said. Y'all should have saw him. But before we get into that, yo, I forgot to do my Ann Wolf. Yo, make sure you smash that like button like Ann Wolf when you come in.
Not really fight her.
Oh, big right hand. One punch. That is it. Forget about the count. It is over.
Yeah, man. Teofimo Lopez is just out here just doing some weird stuff again. I mean, I don't even get it to this point. I think as Teofimo Lopez after his performance at the Times Square, I said it here. I felt like he was gonna have the best performance. I know the fights didn't pan out how we all wanted them to pan out, but he still had the best performance of that night. And then he come in here and basically, I don't know, man, does the whole, you know, racism act again. Says he said liquor, but we all know what it sounded like. And then now, yesterday he on his rage tweet, whatever you want to call it, talking about he fired from Turkey Al Sheikh and and Turkey's a dictatorship as he wants to say dictator. And then we get Dan Rayfield dropping us the big report this morning that Devin Haney and Teo was agreed for August 16th in Riyadh season. But this dude's still telling Jaron Boots Ennis he got to fight him, still trying to convince the public that he wants to fight Jaron Boots Ennis, just like he wanted to convince y'all that he wanted to fight Terrence Crawford when Terrence Crawford had opponents lined up. Terrence Crawford, we all knew was going to fight Canelo Alvarez. All Canelo had to do was get past Skull. We all knew that fight was coming. So he trying to call out Terrence Crawford, like Terrence Crawford gonna spin a block and fight him instead of Canelo, which is dumb. And now, Boots Ennis, if y'all don't know, is he's got to fight his WBA mandatory because that's who Stanionis was supposed to fight next. But they paid Shakram Giyasov step aside money so he could step aside so that the Stanionis and Boots fight could happen. Now, the reason why Boots is gonna have to do that mandatory, in my opinion, this is not fact or anything, is because of what Shakram Giyasov said after his fight. He said, I didn't know this, but his daughter passed away and he promised her a world title. So if you have next in line for a world title against Jaron Boots Ennis, who has the ring, IBF, and WBA, you have a chance to get 3 titles. You promise your daughter something. I'm taking you serious, bro, that you're gonna take that fight next time. And Shakram Giyasov, I think he's gonna take the fight with Boots. He's gonna force the mandatory. And this is why Teo's talking the way he's talking, because Boots essentially gonna be tied up in a fight. So Teofimo Lopez is out here acting like Boots is a duck when he's the one who had a fight with Turki Al-Sheikh to fight Devin Haney. Apparently, terms are agreed on Devin Haney's side, but it's Teofimo Lopez who's out here trying to convince y'all that Jaron Boots Ennis is ducking, which is crazy. He said, "Not my man's either." Nah, he ain't my man's, bro. Yeah, Shakram Giyasov. That's what he said after his last fight. He was in the ring crying, man. So I'm like looking at it like that dude ain't giving up another shot. He gonna fight Boots next, and he gonna force his mandatory because he's in position. And if he doesn't, he's crazy, man. Because he should see what they just tried to do to him with the Rolly and Ryan thing. They tried to say the winner of that gets the regular title and gets a shot at Boots. They tried to promote a big fight, hoping that Ryan Garcia would win, so we can get a Boots and Ryan fight for big money. Like the BA is crazy for that. They tried to throw Ryan Garcia in front of Shakram Giyasov, and the grenade just blew up in their face. Shout out to Rolly Romero. He destroyed everybody's plans that night. He destroyed Turki Al-Sheikh's plans. He destroyed the WBA's plans. Everybody, man, because now he not even gonna fight Haney. He talked about his experience. Rolly did. He talked about the whole lead up with Turki Al-Sheikh not getting communication on stuff. The hotel situation. He spoke about a lot of things on how they try to get him to lose, basically. And shout out to him. He went out there and beat Ryan Garcia, and he threw a grenade in the whole plan, man. And I'm with that. I love when guys do that, man. So shout out to Rolly Romero for doing this thing. And basically I'm at a point where I think Teofimo Lopez either need to fight Devin Haney or just move off of the Boots thing. I don't think the Boots fight is gonna happen. I don't think it's realistic. I don't think there's anything there for Boots to win. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's anything at all for Boots to gain from that fight. If I'm Boots Ennis, why am I gonna fight this guy? I get it. He's got a lot of accomplishments. He's a name in the sport, but he does nothing for what I say I want. Like he does nothing for Undisputed. He does nothing. Like we don't even know if Teal's bringing fans to Philly, so he don't do nothing for me there. And he ain't been on pay-per-view before, so we can't even make this a pay-per-view event. Like he never done it before, so we don't even know who gonna buy his fights. We really don't know. So what does Teofimo Lopez bring to the table when I can go over here, just beat my mandatory, and then take a look back? Hopefully Brian Norman Jr. does his job in Japan, and then I can look over at him and say, yo, we ready to fight? We both free. We ain't got fights. I'm on a trail, because I think the WBC, I think Mario Barrios and PBC, they're gonna stay far away from Boots. They're gonna play keep away as long as they can, man. They're not gonna let Boots have that belt. So I think Teofimo Lopez needs to just drop this whole weird thing he got going on, man, with just everybody, with Boots and his Turki Al-Sheikh. And everybody in boxing, it's weird, man. It's really weird. Like you getting paid $10 million to fight, and you mad at this dude because he wants you to fight Devin Haney. Like what? For the same money, man. I don't understand it, but I know he's on a thing where he wants to fight only Ring Magazine champions, and shout out to him for that. But we don't believe you no more, Tio. Like, we just don't, bro. Like, you only call out dudes who have fights. You only say Devin Haney's name when he has a fight. Now that Devin Haney ain't got no fight, you ain't got no fight. It's the perfect time. You guys both won on the Times Square card. You all essentially moved into the next round or whatever that tournament was, and now you don't want to fight the dude. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. Like, I never looked at Boots as a Teo opponent unless Teo goes up to 147, and he hasn't even done that. And we don't know if he's gonna try to like talk and make a whole spiel about how Boots need to meet him at a weight, because you know what, Bob Arum already exposed Teofimo Lopez and says he don't make offers, he don't make his terms or nothing. Whatever we put down, he just got to accept. So I don't know, man. It's weird. Teofimo Lopez is being weird. He goes on these rants every now and then. It's really weird, man, because he's coming off a good performance. I feel like he just could have rode it high. Yeah, he could have called these guys out, but he didn't need to do the race thing. And it's like, bro, like, you see how you making fun of black people, but now you need the black guys, like, you calling out the black guys. So it's like, what do you think they're gonna do? You think they're gonna move towards you? You think they're gonna be mad? Like, this is business, bro. This is a whole different element. I just think T.O. doesn't understand that. Like, this is business, bro. The way to hurt you is not to beat you up. It's to starve your pockets, bro. And that's what they're gonna do. Like, the fact that he don't understand that and don't even comprehend that part of it is just weird. It's like, man, these dudes is not gonna like physically put their hands on you. They're gonna mentally like break you down by making sure your pay is low and everybody else gets paid. They're gonna to mentally mess you up like that. And that's why I had you talking the way you were talking with Bob Arum when it came to Shakur Stevenson, who was making millions of dollars, pretty much in the same situation as you, never being on pay-per-view. But at least we know Shakur Stevenson was selling out like 16K and 15K crowds in Newark, in New Jersey, bro. Like, that's what we did know. So Teofimo Lopez, I don't get it, man. I don't understand it. Yo, Tio already swerved Norman. He just looking for attention. Yeah, man. He just looking for attention, and he not really getting it either. Like, I don't think people are really paying attention to him like that. You got his fans who are screaming for Boots Ennis, but it's just like, man, okay, if you don't get the Boots fight, who else y'all screaming for? Because I mean, Devin Haney done put his hand up how many times? They said they had a real offer. I think it was last year. They said they sent the offer, and then we had Teofimo Lopez going on ESPN talking about he sent a better offer. And it's just like, this is how you know he lied, because it's like, bro, that their offer came from Turkey Al Sheikh. So their offer was with, I don't know what the offer was. But now look who you work with, Tio, to get your biggest payday, Turkey Al Sheikh. So I don't know what the heck you would have offered Devin Haney more than Top Rank's not offering Devin Haney a fight more than Turkey Al Sheikh. Like, we all know this now for sure. So, back then Tio lied to us square in the face, talking about he had a better offer than Devin Haney offered him. And then now look at him. He's not even saying the Devin Haney offer. So Dan Rayfield had to come out and say it for him that the offer's there. So it's like, bro, what the hell's going on with Tio, man? This dude's a whole clown. Like, this stuff is just wild. Shout out to my dude, Heavy Bag TV in the building. Make sure y'all go check him out, man. He got a great channel over there. They go live, man. They always talking good boxing, man. So yeah, my whole Tio spiel is just like, this dude just need to start fighting his contemporaries, or just pick another fight with somebody else, because I don't think Boots Ennis wants to fight him, not because he ducking him, but because, like, what does it do for Boots, man? So I mean, if I'm Boots Ennis, dog, and Tio come up to me, we treat him like this.
Wine pan a school bus. Lord. Yo, I want a bomber clot you want.
Yo, you're bright here, no manners.
Me just check, we don't have that.
Sure.
Bro, we ain't dealing with that, dog, at all. Like, know what I'm saying? We not dealing with this dude. This dude, Teofimo Lopez, is a whole clown, man. And I don't think Boots Ennis got to really get up there and prove anybody anything. We know who Boots Ennis is. I mean, none of us are really picking Teo to beat him. So it's like, man, what type of fight is that? So I think Teofimo Lopez, he mad at the world right now. He mad at Dan Rafael for exposing that contract, saying that there was agreed terms for that fight. And, he's got to go on this whole rant of Boots. We got to keep saying Boots' name. But, you know what I'm saying? Devin Haney and Teo, that was the agreed fight. That was the agreed fight, man. I mean, let me see if I can pull that tweet up for y'all. For y'all who didn't see it, because I'm pretty sure it's still there. Dan Rafael, he dropped it this morning. And I was shocked that he dropped it. Because, I don't think really Dan, he's mostly a PBC guy. But, it's like he tried to instigate something, that was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a back and forth there. So, and Dan's a good source. I wouldn't say, he's lovable by everybody, but shout out to my guy L Dub Boxing in the building. What's good, L Dub? Appreciate you, brother. That's another good boxing channel y'all gotta go check out. He always doing his thing, man. He big up on the rankings too, so he sees it. But yeah, here's what Dan said. Shoot, I don't even know. Make sure y'all. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, he said per 3 sources involved, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney was agreed to Tuesday night, but not signed for August 16th in Riyadh at 145 pounds. I don't know why the fight was at 145. He said, but the fight is now in jeopardy after Teofimo Lopez's tweet storm, which happened last night. So that's crazy, man. That's crazy. So the fight was agreed to by Dan's sources. Yeah, GMT Sports, yeah, 145. So here's what I will say, and I mean y'all can go watch it if you want. Bill Haney popped up on the Boxing Boys today. I happened to be on the panel, so I asked him about that. I said, why, you guys just fought at 144, so why is this a 145 fight? I mean, Teofimo Lopez is so adamant about fighting Boots Ennis, so you think 47 would be easy for him to go up to? Bill kind of danced around it a bit. I'm not sure. He didn't really give me a straight answer, but he did say it was mostly on Teo's end. Now, because he didn't give me a straight answer, I don't know how to take it. I feel like he could have just came right out and said that, but he said either way they want Teo in the ring. So I was like, oh, okay. I'll take that. But he said it was mostly for Teo. And he went on to talk about that. So I mean, 145, I don't know why that weight was even brought up either. Like I feel like, 2 pounds more, what's the difference? But hey, I guess they feel that's a meeting spot, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I did ask Bill Haney about that. And yeah, that was his answer was kind of unclear, man, but it was all right, man. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see what can produce from this, man, because I feel like, Devin Haney does want the fight. He's actively he's online, always tweeting at Teo now. So we know Devin Haney wants to fight, but I have yet to see Teo respond to Devin Haney or to even give Devin Haney any energy, which is weird, bro. Because I feel like, Devin Haney's he's pretty. I feel like a lot of us still don't know how he is because of his last performance. So if there was a time to jump on him and beat, this guy who's beaten 7 champs, former undisputed, youngest undisputed male, for Teo to go do that, bro, why not? Why not? Shout out to my man 913 Boxer in the building. Salute. Thanks for riding through, man. Make sure you smash that like button like Ann Wolf, man. You know how we do around these parts.
Did not really fight her. Oh, big right hand. One punch. That is it. Forget about the count. It is over.
Yeah, I gotta pay homage to Ann Wolf around here, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he said GMT Sports said, yeah, but they were saying they was going to 147. Yeah, man, I know. I know, bro. It really caught me off guard too to see the 145 because I never understood it. You know, I'm thinking like it's 2 pounds. You right there. You already fought at 144, Devin Haney. So I mean, you must be acclimated by now, bro. I don't think another fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't think another fight at 45, like 1 pound up. Like you just fought at 44 against Ramirez. What's 1 pound up gonna do, bro? I don't know, man. I don't know. Yo, shout out to my dude DC3 in the building, man. Dropping that $2 on me, man. Shout out to DC3, man. He always come through showing love. He said Haney's know damn well they don't want to fight Boots. They don't want Boots, man. Hey, they said they wanted Boots. I don't know. I don't know. Yo, they said they wanted Boots, but I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Hey, if the Haneys took the Boots fight, man, I give him a lot of respect. You know, I think Haney's a good fighter and all. I think he could do a Karen performance, but man, the young man will need to do that for 12 rounds. And I just don't know, man. I think Boots catches up at some point. You know, Devin Haney's a good boxer, but I don't know, man. Boots Ennis is a terrific boxer. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man LA, yo. He said neither Tio or Dev are safe at 47. And they both know it. Nah, man. Nah, we gotta apply them though, because like it's weird. Every division that these guys move into, these I think most of them start at 130. I think Ryan Garcia is probably the only guy from 135. But most of those dudes that have come up, man, they're just making every division they get into hot. Like wherever they go, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, and Tank Davis, like all of them, any division that they've touched has become hot because of them. But it's weird because they haven't fought each other. You know, I know Ryan Garcia has fought two of them. He fought Tank and Dev, but you know, what about the others? Like, we still got to look out for those guys, man. But we got the Golden Boy card this weekend. Bek the Bully versus Darius Fulghram. I should be a good fight, man. Shout out to Darius, man. I want to see him do his thing. Like I'm pretty high on him. I'm not gonna say I'm sold on him, but this gonna be a good test for him because Bek the Bully, he's been around for a while. You know, it seems like now Golden Boy's kind of like, you know what, we're ready to kick Bek to the curb. You know what I'm saying? He just ain't it anymore. You know, Gabe Rosado beat him. He came back, had a couple good wins, but he's never been able to get into elite company and do something crazy. My man 913 said, I just heard somewhere, I forgot, Haney versus Lopez is done. Is a cap. Oh yeah, brother. I mean, you must have just jumped in. I showed the tweets up here by Dan Rayfield. He said it's not done. He said it was agreed to last night. The fight was agreed to, but not signed. He said it's not signed, and he thinks the fight won't be signed because of Tio's rant. So the fight was close. It sounds like they had a lot of the terms done, just signing that contract, bro. Which it comes down to. So I don't know. Teofimo Lopez. It sounded like Tio didn't sign because yeah. I mean, Bill Haney popped up on us on the Boxing Voice this morning. I was on there with Nestor Gibbs, and he said, yeah, man, we ready to fight Tio. Bill Haney said that. He said, we'll fight him. We already agreed to the terms. So it sounded like on their end, they were done. On Tio's end, obviously, as we saw all last night, he was tweeting and stuff like that. So he definitely didn't sign. That we know that, bro. We know that. Might be cap if Turkey. Nah, man, it was a Riyadh season card. They said it was gonna happen in Riyadh. I think another thing that, because like when Bill Haney talks, I don't know if y'all seen him talk. He goes on, you know, he takes you on a little journey. You know what I'm saying, before he lands his plane, and he did that a few times. And the thing I wanted to ask him, which I didn't get to ask him because his phone cut out, was this event going to be headlining with them? Like, because I haven't heard of which Riyadh season card is going to happen in August, but I think the fall, sometime late in the fall, there's going to be another 5v5 in the UK. So I was like, oh shoot. So it's not the 5v5. So what the heck's going on in Riyadh in August? Like, who's going to be fighting in Riyadh in August? Because the Bivol and Better Beef can't be in August. Like, it would have been announced already. That's another undisputed fight. So it's like, man, what Riyadh season event is going in August? So they must have been the headline, Tio and Haney, and then they would have filled the bill. I'm thinking that's what I'm assuming, but yeah, man, Bill Haney was talking in circles. I just let the man talk because I'm not trying to cut off no guests, But I wanted to ask him that, like, were they supposed to headline that event? Yeah, he said 913 said facts, you never know. Yeah, man. Yeah, GMT Sports. He said, yeah, it should be a good one, but Fulghram, I'm just not sold on him yet. Yeah, I got the same feeling, bro. Like, he looked good, but Golden Boy, they put you in there to look good. So like, I take that into account too. I'm like, yo, Golden Boy, they know how to, what I'm saying? They know how to finesse the game. They don't build a lot of fighters, and I think a lot of people forget they built pretty much that strong PBC roster before they got to PBC. They were all at Golden Boy. Keith Thurman, Wilder, AB, Adrian Bronner. There was a whole ton of dudes that left because Richard Schaefer didn't re-all sign them to Golden Boy. And they all left. They went to the PBC when Al got that money, and that's how the PBC dynasty started. So I mean, they were already built up from Golden Boy because of what Golden Boy put them through. Yeah, Heavy Bag TV, he said, yeah, Bill talks in circles. Yeah, bro. Bill be talking in circles for real, man. You do, man. I like Bill, though. Shout out to my 2B3, man. Hey, yo, B3 picks, man. Y'all go check out B3 picks. He be dropping some fire picks, man. I see his stuff. He always posting, man. He do a lot of live betting. But check in with him, man. He know what he's seeing in that ring, man. That's for sure. My man, round one in the building. Or y'all, I'm gonna drop the link for y'all to jump in, bro, because a lot of dudes that know they boxing in here right now. I just wanted to vent a bit. That's all. LA, he said it could have been a Benavidez in August, but he's a Vegas fighter. Yo, man. Yo, when Benavidez said that, bro, I was like, bro, why are you boxing yourself in? You know what I'm saying? You should want to be a world fighter, bro. But nah, he boxing himself in. And you gonna end up like this guy, man.
You tweet to the heavyweight champion of the world that he can have your leftovers?
Yeah, Turkey Al-Sheikh gonna take all his opponents, man. Turkey Al-Sheikh gonna keep him away, man. I think really the problem with the Benavidez team is Samson, man. Samson Liquid. Like, this dude, I don't know, man. I get it. You may not get the undisputed because what if Bivol moves up after he beats Better Beef? If he beats Better Beef, he got to beat Better Beef. You know what I'm saying? Because what if Better Beef wins? Then maybe David gets Better Beef. I don't know. But I guess you got to do what you got to do. You got to take the belt so you can position yourself. They kind of went through that with Canelo. They should have forced the Canelo fight. They should have never been in this position. They should have just forced the Canelo fight. The biggest payday. The passing of the torch fight. That's the passing of the torch fight. Benavidez and Canelo. I don't know what happened, man. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Why moving up to 75 to strip the Russian when you could have just fought Canelo, could have eventually forced that fight. The fans would have seen that. And then you could have went up and fought Bivol or Better BF. Because as we see, they've had 3 fights now. No, this is their 3rd fight. It might be a 4th. I don't know. Yeah, he said you need a gold medal just to talk to Bill. Yeah, man. Yeah, when he gets rolling, man, you know what I'm saying? You can't really stop Bill, but yeah, he's a good dude, man. Shout out to Bill Haney. He's done a lot of good things for his son. We can't ignore that, man. So a few people to look for on the Golden Boy card. Obviously the co-main events, Eric Priest. He's kind of like I think he's a 160 pounder. He reminds me a lot of a Ryan Garcia. Like he's a, I don't want to say he's an internet guy, but I think he can keep it together better than Ryan Garcia. He's definitely one of those guys who are in that Salas gym in Las Vegas. So shout out to him. Trains out with that Salas gym, which has a lot of Latin talent, man, coming out of that gym. So he's one of the more focused ones, but I think he has that look, you know what I'm saying? That golden boy look, clean cut guy, but he be stopping people. But I'm not sold on him either. Like I said, man, the golden boy diet is to make you look good. So until these guys fight somebody else that I think is like a push fight, like a step up fight, a contender fight, like what Schofield's going through with that Tevin Farmer fight, that's gonna tell us a lot. Even this Fulghram fight with Bek the Bully on this main event on this card, it's gonna tell us a lot about Fulghram, to be honest. Darius, he's been just running through these opponents, but not really much substance. Kind of like I don't want to say Najee Lopez, but Najee Lopez is another dude who's I don't know. I think he's at 75, man. Yeah, he's at 75. Fulgram's at 68, but like his performances against his people are way better because he's fighting much better opponents, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I look at. But you know what it is, man. Shout out to my guy Round One supporting to the team, bro. You already know what it is, broski. We here, man. Shout out to my guy Round One, always rocking out with the channel, man, showing love. Shout out to my guy 913. He said Canelo has made a living off fighting smaller guys. I don't like the Bud fight. Hey, man. I think later in his career he did, but I feel like he's a small guy fighting at 68. He's really small. He's always been a small guy fighting up too, though. We gotta think about that. Like Canelo's really short. Like he's the same height as Bud, so he should be a 50-pound, 54-pounder, 60-pounder. So Z, shout out to my guy Z in the building, man. What's going on, man? He said I got Bek for the upset. Oh, you got Bek the Bully? So you not sold either on Darius. Yo, man, I'm telling you, man. We gonna see what Darius is. Child Tevin is the only Golden Boy fighter getting matched tough. Yeah, which is wild, man. Yeah. Nah, they using Tevin as like a gatekeeper at this point in his career, man. And it's up to him. He can end that stuff all right now with beating Schofield. I don't know how high the WBA will give him a ranking, but shoot, if they rank him in like the top 5 and Tank Davis can get past Roach, then sorry, maybe Tevin Farmer gets a Tank Davis fight out of all this, man. I don't know. Possibly. I mean, shout out to Tank Davis. He got a tough road ahead of him. Like, Lamont Roach, he ain't there to lose, man. He ain't there to lose. So, like, there's not a lot on that Golden Boy card. There's also Santiago Dominguez. He lost his last fight to Alexis Rocha, so he's coming back now. I don't know what to expect from him. His opponent's not very great. It's Golden Boy, I think the main event is pretty much the biggest event. And then, there's a lot of boxing on that night, though. I mean, Khalil Cole is fighting also. Oh, shoot. Camera just went out. Sorry, guys. Khalil Cole is also fighting on that night. And, yeah, I just don't know, man. I think that there's a lot of boxing going on, but not enough. Not enough. Never enough. You know what I'm saying? Us boxing fans, we can never get enough, man. So we'll see. We'll see what it brings. But nah, man. I think Golden Boy, they're doing their thing. Obviously, they've always been good at giving us fights, but the problem is substance, right? Like it's always bad. I wouldn't say bad fights, but it's always like not really super competitive, and that's a problem for me. Cause I'm one of them guys. I like to watch good fights, man. I'm not trying to sit here and watch trash all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, we ain't trying to do that. So, yeah, it's just one of those things where it is what it is, man. But My bad. Yeah, let's talk about Boots Ennis, man. Let's talk about Boots. What y'all think Boots should be doing? Like, are we thinking he gotta move up? Are we thinking he gotta, you know, take this TO fight? Like, what's y'all consensus with the Boots Ennis situation, man? It's like I feel like Boots Ennis, he don't need no, he don't need no you know what I'm saying? He don't need no TO fight, man. That's just how I feel. I think he's in a good position. I think Boots Ennis is all right with what's going on. And I think where I really sit at with Boots Ennis is the whole thing of like, bro, like you trying to be 147 king, so just keep doing that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why we even talking about that, man? The whole thing of like, I don't know, man. I don't know. He said MJ on that Khalil Cole card too. He got to win, get the anyway fight in September. Yeah, I saw that L Dub, and I was a bit confused because I thought, I thought the anyway fight was locked. So I'm like, man, I don't even know why he fighting, but MJ got to be careful because if he lose, then shoot, you could throw that anyway fight out the window, man. The hell you need to get in the ring with anyway for if you can't even get to the fight? That's an issue for me personally. But no, man, I'm not gonna. I don't know, Eddie Hearn. Maybe he's putting him in there with a soft touch. He said, "Wrench me up." Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna wrench you up, brother. You just run over to the other chat, yo. Said LA said Keyshawn next week. Edwin has been talking spicy. Yo, honestly, Edwin, I don't know, man. Edwin talking like he gonna come in there and do Keyshawn, but I don't know, man. LA said Virgil, bro. Yo, that's the fight I want too, man. That's the fight I want, but you know, Boots Ennis has told us what he wants. He said he wants undisputed. And anytime somebody's talking like that in that sense, then I just gotta believe him, man. That's what he wants. So definitely gonna be watching Boots Ennis for that. I think he can get undisputed. I think he should get undisputed. He gonna be all right, man. Thing about Boots Ennis is he's always stayed on his path. And for me to see that, him staying on his path, doing what he gotta do. Nah, man, he ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gotta be in no fight against Virgil right now. But we'll see, man. We'll see what the future holds, man. For him. Shout out to Warlock Boxing, man. Matter of fact, let me see if anybody wants to drop in and talk about this Boots Ennis shit or any other stuff with boxing. I'm just a boxing fan, bro. So we can talk boxing all day. So yeah, Boots should pursue the Norman. Yeah. Yep, I agree. Brian Norman Jr. or Jin Sasaki winner for sure. The WBO, because I'm under the whole influence that the BC over there, you know, the PBC, they're gonna play keep away with that WBC belt, especially because it's Boots Ennis, man. Like Boots Ennis left those guys, man. They're not gonna show him no love. They're not gonna do Boots no favors whatsoever. GMT Sports, he said, I think Boots just need to go up, bro. Nah, real talk, man. I would rather see him at 54 because he'd make that division deeper. Y'all already know. I know it's the best division in boxing, man, but he don't want to go there, so I can't get mad at Boots for that. He doing his thing. Man, Boots want it, but it's the other camps allowing it. Yeah. That's gonna be the biggest problem. Like, can Boots get the big fight, man? That's gonna be the issue because if you can't, it's like, bro, what are you just sticking around for? You know what I'm saying? You're sticking around to just maybe not even undispute. And then you missing out on some of these big names because you waiting around for these dudes, whoever got the belt. But man, and it's not like you can just jump in a rank in it and get a mandatory spot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like you said, they gotta be willing to fight. And it's like, okay, who's really willing to fight? Because I just think at this point, not a lot of guys are willing to fight, man, when it comes to this boxing shit. Especially at 147 because you got Pacquiao coming back. Should Pacquiao somehow pull off this miracle and beat Barrios, man, that changes a lot of things in boxing. They can play keep away strategically with that belt just to go get money fights, man. And I even heard somebody say something crazy like this guy behind me might come back and fight Pacquiao if he wins the WBC. I don't know, bro. But the crazier things have been in boxing, you know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't shock me, but it'd be definitely it'd be a massive fight just because the fans, this is what they like. These not circus fights, but two guys past their primes. Clearly, they just legends, bro. That's what it is, legends. But I'm hoping Barrios could just win that fight. I don't know how much closer it puts Boots to the fight if Barrios wins. I think it's gonna come down to Boots Ennis trying to just talk to Mario Barrios, like, yo, you trying to do this unification. Or like you said, L Dub, go to WBO route. So he got 3 belts. Because it might be easier to get Brian Norman Sr. to go get that fight. Because Senior might want that fight. I'm pretty sure Junior want that fight too. I'm not gonna put nothing past Brian Norman Jr. He's definitely a great fighter, man. That kid's young too. He's doing a lot of great things, but he don't really. I'm not gonna say he don't need that fight right now, but I would like to see him, fight some tougher opposition, do some things. But I also get it too, man. This is also a point in time where Boots is like, yo, I just want the belts. Just want the belts, bro. I just want the belts. But we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. GMT Sports, he said PBC sat back and let turkey dust settle to make more. Yeah, man. Nah, and that's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be until these guys can do something. They're just gonna sit back and let the whole thing shake up. But nah, man, I don't think that's cool at all. I think we want to see fights as fans. I hate this whole keep away thing. And if they can't do it, the sanctioning body's got to do it, man. And that's another thing. They're not gonna do it either. Like they're gonna say mandatory this, mandatory that. Before you know it, Boots will be having to fight his IBF mandatory again. It will be that long. But for his sake, I hope not, bro. Because if it does turn out to be like that, then he gotta move to 54. Because I think at least at 54, I don't know, it could be wrong, but at least at 54, I feel like those guys are a little bit more willing to mix it up. I think Sebastian Fendora himself wants to mix it up, but his team, Samson again, doesn't want to mix it up. Like it makes no sense for him to go take that Tim Tszyu fight instead of that Xander fight and lose a belt. Like it makes no sense, bro. And it even makes more like no sense when you literally the same guy who manages you manages your sister. You think that guy could go tell your sister, who's the undisputed champion, to drop her belts for one fight? So why is he telling you to drop your belt for a fight? A rematch that I feel like if you go beat Xander, that rematch gets a little bit bigger. Because I feel like Tim Tszyu should be fighting Keith Thurman anyways. They built that thing up. So why not just go do that? Tim Tszyu go fight Keith. Sebastian go fight Xander. Hopefully beat Xander. I mean, Xander's a good fighter, but we never seen him in there with nobody 6'6". Go beat Xander, and then y'all meet up for the rematch, bro. And now it's, Tim Tszyu beat Keith Thurman, who was, once a legend or whatever, one time. And, it's a rematch where everybody thought Tim Tszyu was winning before the cut. Well, he was winning before the cut. And now it's a little bit more intriguing. 2 belts again. And, they both got good wins. They both coming off good wins. Yeah, Tim Tszyu had the backroom knockout. At least he'd have 2 wins under his belt. Keith Thurman being 1, and Sebastian Fedor redeemed himself a bit with 2 wins as well. And you got the rematch. But nah, man, Samson's telling essentially Sebastian Fedor to give up his WBO belt, which I don't know. They should just gave it up a long time ago then to fight Earl Spence. You know, that was kind of the one thing that was holding up that fight was the WBO said we are not going to sanction that fight because Spence was not ranked. And they did the right thing there. But yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy up in this boxing game. I don't understand it half the time, like why these guys do what they do. But it's the bottom line, right? It's all about the money, man. So I mean, when you see some of these dudes, bro, you just gotta treat them like, you know, the disrespect. You just gotta give them the disrespect, dog. You know what I'm
Wine
saying?
on a school bus. Lord.
Yo, I want a bomb clot you want.
Yo, you're right here, no manners.
Me just check, we don't have that.
Sure.
Shout out to my guys from the city, bro, for y'all entertainment. But yeah, man, that's I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with the keep away. I don't like it. I hate the business of boxing. Always hated it. Never been a fan of it. But it's just one of those things that, hey, we got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Us as fans, we shouldn't really even be caring about it. But it's because, you know, when you love the sport so much, bro, you start looking to why things not happening. It's the internet age, bro. They can't be hiding nothing no more. You know what I'm saying? They used to be able to hide it, but now it's clear as day. It's all there, man. So we can't be hiding nothing no more, man. So I just think it's just one of them things. Like, we just talk about it because it's there, especially when it's in our face. We know what's wrong. It's like, man, what's really going on? Like with the whole thing, bro. But y'all know what it is, man. Politics. Just straight up and down politics. Never been a fan of it, never will be a fan of it. You know, I get it. We all got our favorites, and you know, guys are supposed to be doing this and that. And you want people to win because, you know, money reasons, viewership reasons. But I never thought that stuff pushed the sport forward because I mean, now you get a bunch of guys like we got right now. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of divas, man, because everybody's got to make a name instead of just going in the ring and performing, doing your best, you know, being your best. Whatever happened to that, man? Now it's you got to be able to talk. You got to have like 1 million followers on TikTok. Yo, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. GMT Sports, he said, too many moving parts in boxing section. Oh yeah, sanctioning bodies always going for the money. Yep, and popularity. Then actually the fighters who earned their right. My man was cooking, bro. Should have got my man in there.
Yeah.
You right on that, bro. You hit on that. Too many people want the money. You know what I'm saying that's why the WBA, they off box, right? Because they just sanctioning whoever, giving out belts to whoever, bro. It's crazy. Shout out to my guy B3 Picks. He said L Dub 100%. 3 belts is the move. Yep. He thinks Lieutenant's going for Brian Norman Jr. is the way. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, man. I like what Brian Norman Jr. brings to the table too. Cause he can punch, man. He can punch. We see Jaron Lieutenant get hit in that standing on this fight, so there is a possibility that, you know, Brian Norman Jr. can definitely win the fight. But I just think he needs more time in the ring. I think Jaron Lieutenant is a little bit more seasoned at this point, and I think that's why I'm picking Jaron's, just because, like I said, Jaron's a little bit more seasoned, probably been in a little bit more higher caliber fights than Brian Norman Jr. So he has the edge there, so he'd be able to see some of the things and go and do some of the things that, you know, Brian hasn't. I mean, Brian has been down. I feel like he had a tough fight against a Quentin Randall. It was a good fight, Quentin Randall, and then he fought another dude too, Bocheca, I think it was. It ended in like a no contest, like head clash early in the fight, but he was getting touched in that fight. I think he actually get dropped in that fight, if I remember. But it's just one of those things where I think at this point Boots a little bit more ahead than Brian Norman Jr. But nonetheless, Brian Norman Jr. is on his way. Young dude, can crack. He's got all the tools, man. My only problem with Brian Norman Jr. is I don't understand why Bob Arum like it seems like he don't believe in Brian Norman. Like he's not selling them in Atlanta. Like Atlanta, shout out to Shakur. He went there and did well. Tank Davis went there and did well. So it's got no problem coming out, as boxing wise. I'm not saying Brian Norman Jr. is of those guys' caliber, but I feel like there's got to be a small enough arena, like 5,000, 7,000, 8,000 seated arena in Atlanta, Georgia, somewhere, man, or Georgia in period, somewhere that they can just bring Brian Norman Jr. back home for. And then you got Florida that's close. You got that whole East Coast. I mean, you can bring in enough fighters to help fill up the undercard to fill in them seats, man. I don't understand it. They're making him go. I don't know if they're making him, but he going all the way to Japan when I thought for sure they were going to take it back to Atlanta to a little home fight before they get into this Boots fight. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm not the manager. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no say in none of that. But it seems like to me, like Top Rank, they not really giving the Normans the love they deserve, maybe. And maybe that's the case. And maybe that's why they going on the road against Jin Sasaki. I'm not sure who Jin is signed to. But somehow Jin Sasaki, he got the fight in Japan, man. Brian Norman Jr. going on the road with his belt. Shout out to him. I'm not a fan of it, but I respect it. I respect it because not a lot of fighters are going to do that. That's for sure. But we got one dude who's doing that. Usyk. That guy's crazy, man. Never fought at home at all. Went in everybody else's country and took their belts off them, man. That's some gangster shit. That's some shit I respect. But yeah, man. I think we covered all the topics, man. Shout out to John Michael, man. Shout out to everybody for tuning in, man. It was a great show. We'll talk about Caleb Plant, the PBC card tomorrow night. I'll be going live a little bit earlier, 7:30. I'm gonna have Mr. Russ Amber on. Man, let me see if I can screen share my man Russ. Man, I don't know if y'all know about Russ Amber, but he is actually the CEO and founder of Rival Boxing, man. Let me just go to his IG for a second, then. Yeah, this guy's very shout out to him, man. He was my dad's cut man growing up, and bro, he's just one of the most, I don't know how I say it, like his stories, you know what I'm saying? He just wrote a book, man. I might have to buy the book and do it as a giveaway just for y'all. But yeah, this man, you know what I'm saying, he corners Usyk. He's a cut man also. Made Rival Boxing gloves, the gear, all that stuff, man. It's all got science behind it. Dude's a master at work.
Form. It's almost like a Play-Doh or silly putty type of material. However, the beauty of this is, if I was to take this hammer and just to prove that it is real, I could only hit my hand at a certain impact that I would not hurt it. But if I put the D3O over this or wrapped it around the knuckle of my finger and hit away, I have absolutely no pain. This is the material of what it's like when we use it, when we make it. This is what it protects your hands or headgear. And this just goes to show you, even if it in its raw form, I can hit my finger that hard and not cause any damage. It's a really great material, and we're really proud to have had it for all this time. And I think you're going to love it as well. This is
yeah, man. Dude's just a mastermind, man, with the gear when it comes to the gear. But yeah, he's wrapped up like everybody, man. And I think he just recently, last person I think I saw him with was Shakur. I think Shakur Stevenson in the Riyadh season. But yeah, he's Usyk Lomachenko. He'll be talking to us tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. I'll have him on the show. I'll do a little post so y'all can ask him a question. Yeah, man, that dude is. Oh man, he said, "What's up with your boy, Delicious Ori retiring?" I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I have no clue, man. Yeah, man. Is he going to what? For real, bro? Nah, man. He better not, bro. He better not. Yeah, man. He'll be on. So I'll be on at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow to talk with him. Yeah, oh man, I'm gonna try to get the most out of him, man, because he also, like I said, he's been so close to my family. He rapped my dad coming up when my dad was an amateur and pro, and now he's rapping my little brother as a pro. And yeah, they've done so much, bro. Like so many people wearing the rival gear now, rocking the rival gloves. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him for that, man. I think Ryan Garcia wore them in the Times Square. AJ's worn them. Usyk, of course, worn them. Lomachenko. A lot of people wear his gloves. So I mean, I just want to talk about his journey because I still remember. You probably remember. I still remember the day he gave my dad his prototype, and to see it from there to where it's at now, it's a huge blow up, man. This dude's so humble. He loves boxing still, cut man. Like it took me a while to get this interview because he been in so many events. He was at Fatal Fury. He was in the UK for the Kakashi event, I think. Janabek. Like he's been like every weekend he's been doing something. So I'm catching him. We'll see who he's wrapping up this weekend. We'll see what rap glove he's signing up this weekend, bro. But we'll ask him, man. He said, "Hey Ryan, what signed glove is that in the background?" Oh, that's actually that's Dev Dollars, actually. That's Devin Haney. I actually have another one that I'm gonna raffle off. Yeah, DHP. I got another one that I'm gonna raffle off. Yeah, DHP. I also have Wilder too. Wilder as well. I'll probably raffle that one off as well. Yeah, man. But yeah, we're gonna do that tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. I'm gonna go make the link now so y'all could just notify yourselves, hit the bell, and yeah, man, show some love. I'm gonna drop the post so you can ask some questions. This guy created rival boxing gear, man. It's everywhere now. He was also cut man of like one of your favorite boxers. He's probably a cut man for, and he coached David Lemieux and another Canadian legend here, Otis Magic Grant, who fought Roy Jones Jr. back in the day. So shout out to him, man. He was a great inspiration for me and for all the boxers here in Canada, man. He's one of the legends, man. So thanks everybody for tuning in, man. I'll be back on tomorrow night. Y'all have a good night, man. 7:30 p.m. We're not going 9. We're going 7:30 because I gotta catch him in his car, yo. He said. So we're going 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night, and we'll talk with Russ Amber, man. But I appreciate y'all. Peace.